All right, Leos. Sorry, I'm just going to adjust here. Leos, welcome into your monthly reading. This is for February. So, just as a reminder, if you're newer here, these videos, even though like obviously I do kind of put them out for a time frame like February, whenever you come across a video, or if you know, even for those of you that are been around with me, if there's a video and the title calls to you but it doesn't align date wise, that's fine. Or even if it's like another zodiac sign and you're just being pulled to a video, watch it, because these are messages that kind of transcend time and space and are available for anyone at any now moment that they need to hear the messages. So just wanted to remind people of that. And as another reminder, tarot really, you know, I've talked about this a little bit since the beginning of the year, but I've really been doing a lot of growth and expansion energetically. I've been going through a lot of shifts and transformation since last October 2025. And I am kind of seeing these different tools that we use, like tarot, crystals, readings, whatever it is, differently than I did before. And kind of how I have always explained it like this, but you know, all we have is this now moment. And so when I'm tapping into the energies right here, right now, like for example, this reading, the collective of Leos out there, I'm tapping into the collective's energy right here, right now, since all we have is this now moment, right? The future isn't real. It hasn't taken place. In our perspective, right, in our conscious view. But what I've been really opening up to, especially with my channelings, is really like this linear aspect of time that we use is only used in the 3D, in this dimension on Earth. So when we think of higher dimensional realities, they don't have the same concept of time as we do, where it's not a linear thing, where it's like a past, present, future. Essentially everything that ever has happened or will happen or is happening is all happening in parallel timelines at the same time. So we're just tapping into things, or tapping into timelines that we decide based on our energy in our next moment. So that's why when I talk about there's multiple timelines available for you, there really is. Like, you've already created a bunch of timelines based on what things you've thought of, you know, manifested, where your energy has been, and there is different potentialities, and some of them are going to be your highest potential, which means these are experiences that align with your true self, that are your ultimate happiness, peace, your highest love, connection, blah, blah, blah. And there's also other timelines that have different frequencies. So they could be lower. They can be ones that align with more challenge. And kind of it goes through those different energetic frequencies. So for you guys watching, especially if you've followed me or if you've listened to my recent channeled messages that I've been putting out from the avian beings, this is our time. This is a very important time for us to continue to expand our frequency, align with the types of energies, the people, the places, the things that really align more with our true selves, so that we can really pick and choose and navigate towards these higher timelines. I did post the last video I posted, and depending on when you watch it, that might not be true, because I am going to continue to post channel messages. But I did post, it's my second channeled avian message from it's like the second week of January, where it is a technique that the avians provide us that can help us align with our highest timeline. So definitely highly recommend that. And take some time, when you do watch it, it's not a video that you would listen to while you're like driving or like just, you know, cleaning or something, or sitting around with the kids. Like, this is something that you really need to take some time out, have some quiet time. It's almost like a meditation or visualization. So take the time to really utilize it and make the best use of what the technique is. So I did want to call that out before we start. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. February for Leos out there. This, again, applies to any Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus Leos. You may also be a cross watcher, and we had a flyer. And this is the Animal Allies Birds Oracle. So I've been pulling a bird for everybody, for each sign for February. And you got the robin. And so I started with Aquarius. So you're Leo. So I've done a few readings now. Every single zodiac sign has gotten a different bird, but you are the first sign that has gotten a duplicate. So there is another sign that got a robin. I can't remember which one, but let me read this for you. So the robin's wisdom says, another new beginning is afresh. Personal spring is always on its way. Mysteriously, it comes faster if you find productive things to do while awaiting its arrival. Sometimes there's hidden growth and opportunities in the in-between. When the robin appears, prepare to begin a new chapter in your story. Note the things you'd like to change and look for new ways of seeing, doing, and being. Are you the main character in your own life? If not, why not? The world is filled with spectacular wonders, including you. Your wishes can come true. Make sure you're wishing well. So there is a new beginning that you are in the energy of. And it's how to I guess we can use the term alignment, how to align with it in the physical now. And this is what the robin talks about, is like focusing on the now, right? It talks about being productive, but I don't like that term. It's really about just being in the now moment, being in the next now moment, not too focused on the future, not too focused on being result oriented or too much on an outcome or goal or having expectations. It's about really thoroughly following your greatest excitement, your greatest, whatever it is, peace, joy, bliss in this moment. And that's how we unfold the next moment to be our greatest and highest potentiality. The only thing that's blocking us from doing that is our belief system. So especially with the human race, we've lived in a society where, just like the card said, we have this belief that we need to be productive. And if we're not productive, then we're not worthy. We're not good enough. If we're not productive, then we're not actually creating, let's say, prosperity, or we're not, utilizing our gifts and things to the best of our ability. Or the belief that, well, I have to just have a job to pay the bills. And that's going to be one of our biggest, deepest ones, because that is really tied to our sense of stability and security. And I'm here to tell you that is a lie. That is not true. And that's where we're shifting, because we're starting to shift and align with what we do in every given moment is aligning it with something that's our passion, that we're happy, that fills us up, and not just doing jobs anymore that, we hate, jobs that stress us out, that don't align with us. And if you're aligned with a job that is your passion, that you're in love with, even the stressful times aren't going to be like that negative stress. So Leos, that's definitely a message for you guys for February to think about. So let me pull a couple energy oracles. So you got rest and rejuvenation. That's been a big one. Woman holding a heart. And walking away. So to me, this is definitely walking away from anything that, again, doesn't align with our heart. doesn't align with our heart and passion, and also isn't aligned with our peace. Okay, so this is a month. I just want to say this again because this was in the Bird Oracle. Are you the main character in your life? Okay, ask yourself that question. If not, why? Is everyone else the main character? Is everyone else's needs and desires always more important and priority, and you tend to put yours? Maybe you don't even do anything to attend to your needs and desires. Maybe none of your needs and desires are met in your current life. And that has to shift here. And it's prioritizing rest and rejuvenation, prioritizing, focusing on things that fill you, that align with your true self, that, light your passion here, and walking away from things that don't. And there's definitely things here that you've been stuck in and you've stayed there. And when we stay in something that doesn't serve us, or where we feel stuck, or, the question is to yourself, what is this thing providing me that I feel is more a benefit than walking away or leaving this or changing my situation? So every choice we make, we have a belief. It's not about what does it benefit us from a positive. It's really about looking at our core beliefs that keep us in something that's not for our highest and best good, right? So I always use relationship as an easy one, right? Why do you stay in a relationship that isn't for your best and highest good, that potentially is incompatible or toxic, that pulls your energy down, all these things? There's a reason that you stay, right? And your belief systems think whatever that reason is serving you more than it would be if you left. So, that could be, well, I'm afraid to be alone. So that fear is going to override your highest and best good. So that's when you have to kind of start working with those beliefs or that fear. So that's just an example, but I think that's the big message here for you guys for February. Is there's something here where it's aligning, but I also feel like for some of you, there is some sort of new beginning here with the Robin. I feel like once you start choosing yourselves, prioritizing things that are good for your soul, I do feel like it's opening up some new beginning for you. I see this gate and I see it opening up for you. For some of you that are single or looking for a relationship, I do feel like that woman holding a heart can represent a new love coming in. So that could be a new beginning for people. There has been a focus on relationship in February. There's a trend here, which, I guess we can say February is, Valentine's Day is on the 14th. So there is a more focus on love. And it's just interesting that the readings for the month also kind of align with that. All right, let's see here. Tarot, we got the World card. That's a big energy. Oh boy, the Tower and the Four of Wands. So there is definitely some big Tower moment. But honestly, with the two other cards here, I feel like this is a positive Tower. It could indicate the Wheel is kind of endings and new beginnings. Again, that whole reference to new beginnings for you Leos. It could reference some sort of ending that you have to make, which then blasts in. And maybe that ending is sudden, or kind of like this thing that happens suddenly. Or there could be some new opportunity here that kind of comes out of the blue in regards to, it could be relationships. It could be something that just shifts in your life that comes in that's really fulfilling, that stabilizes you. This could be a house or a living situation or a shift. That can also, the Four of Wands can be about a move. So something does just happen. There is some change that's coming in February for you guys that kind of blasts in. Look at that. Yep, 10 of Cups. So this is definitely a good change. 8 of Wands, another card about moving or travel, and the Moon. So this is something that wasn't in your peripheral, I feel, before this. So it's like, maybe this is something you wanted, but it was like, it wasn't like you were, you know, focusing on this or like really having this as something in your life that you were trying to do. Maybe it's, again, in your high level depth of your heart. Like, yeah, I would like this. But you were kind of just like, surrendering it to the universe, like I said, focusing on yourself and prioritizing you. And then all of a sudden this like blast comes in. The Empress, wow, yeah, you've been, this is a seed that you planted a while ago, I feel. Because the Empress represents like fertile ground, fertility, and you've definitely been gestating some big change. And it finally like comes in. Four of Swords. So this could be traveling, like a sudden kind of travel, but in the Two of Swords. So you're a little like, you could be a little with this Two of Swords, like thinking on this, like, oh, what do I do? You're not like instantly like, yes, I'm going to jump in. I think, again, this is sudden. It came out of the blue. And even though this is going to lead to some great happiness and fulfillment and stability in your life, I do think you're a little like cautious of this, or like unsure. Like, could this be too good to be true? Type of energy. You do have the Four of Swords, which also references like rest and rejuvenation, which is interesting. And that's why it can kind of refer to like a trip or vacation or something, just like doing something that's good for your soul. If you do have a trip already planned, I mean, there could be something that happens on this trip that really like shifts something in your life pretty big. Let me get one for the Tower. So the Four of Pentacles. So definitely the Tower's coming in to blast some foundation that you have been holding on to out of a sense of false stability. This is you holding back or holding on to something for too long out of that fear, like I talked about. So it's like, yeah, this isn't my greatest happiness. Maybe I don't even really like this job or this relationship, but like I don't want to be alone, or again, it provides a paycheck and you've kind of been holding on, and the Tower comes in to kind of push you out of your comfort zone. What's the Eight of Wands? Queen of Wands, the Moon, King of Cups. So yeah, this could be someone coming in, a relationship coming in fast out of the blue. But there is something about really, with the Moon and the King of Cups, that's a lot of emotional energy. It's a lot of deep emotions. And in this deck, the King of Cups is really sitting there like meditating with his eyes closed, like feeling into the light is coming out of his heart chakra. So he's really getting in touch with his emotions, his intuition, and allowing that to guide him. And it's also about like learning how to integrate your emotions so they can be of advantage of you. And so you can learn, in this card, there's a sailboat in the background too. It's about learning to navigate your emotional body in a new way. Like you have emotional, like you're able to like feel, it's like emotional maturity, basically. So if this is a person, I mean, that could be you really learning that, doing some healing work, or this could be someone new coming in that has a lot of emotional security. There's a lot of passion here with the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Like this is like really inspired like passionate, inspired action coming in, and you're really taking advantage of this. And there is something that's moving fast with this. There is movement here, and I feel like you're passionate. Something triggers your passion that really pushes you towards something new. Let's see, what's the Two of Swords about? It could mean that you have to walk away from something with that Four of Pentacles to Ace of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you've been very blocked emotionally, like you've kind of protected your heart here. But I feel like what's coming in here, it's blowing up your heart chakra as well. Same concept here with these two cards with the Ace of Cups. There's like a new beginning from a heart space, and your frequency is expanding here, and it's coming from your heart chakra, which essentially like is the seat of your soul. So it's like a new beginning emotionally, and this is clearing, blowing up any sort of blocks or like, again, she has the blindfold on. Anything that you you didn't want to really look at, or haven't really, you felt stuck. And I think it's more about because like again, this is swords, so it's like you're thinking through things and maybe too much in your head, but it's time to go into your heart. All right, Leo's interesting. Love it. This is exciting. I mean, you got great cards, Ten of Cups, you got the Wheel, you got Four of Wands, Ace of Cups, Empress. Like this great, like the soil is really fertile, and things are just going to start to like grow fast for you in February. February is going to be a really great, intense month of change, growth, aligning with new things that really finally is like getting us out of the old stagnant life, getting us out of, you know, finally things coming in that really we've been waiting for. All right, Leos, thanks for joining in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading.